Swelen. Make sure you have this handout before you start. Today we're going to factor using the box. So first, this is just a reminder from yesterday. So if you haven't done yesterday's notes, do that first. All right, our product is what we get when we take everything out of the box. So let's write everything that's in the box. Then we need to find our like terms. So 3x and negative 6x, and combine them to get our product. So nothing happened to x squared. 3x minus 6x is minus 3x, and nothing happened to negative 18. That's our product. Finding the factor is a little more difficult. You gotta ask yourself, how could we have gotten x squared? Or you could ask, what do x squared and negative 6x have in common? And you know what? If you have x squared and there's no coefficient, then you're just gonna have x and x, really. That's your only option. Okay, ask yourself, what times x gives me negative 6x? That'd be negative 6. And what times x gives me 3x? That'd be 3. And always double check yourself. X times x is x squared. X times negative 6, yeah, that's negative 6x. X times 3, that's 3x. And negative 6 times positive 3, yeah, that's negative 18. So we were right. Our factors are x plus 3 and x minus 6. So that's just a super quick review of yesterday. Today, we're taking it a step further. So, for example, we need to factor x squared plus 12x plus 32. Oh no, but I need 4 terms in the box. So first start with, where do the squared variable and the constant belong? So we said yesterday the squared variable goes in the top left box, so x squared, and the constant goes in the bottom right. How do you think we got 12x? Well, it makes sense that these two boxes, if we see just like here, we got negative 3x by combining, by adding these two boxes. So we need to add these two boxes to get 12x. So add the two like terms. That's how we got 12x. Well, also, if you remember yesterday at the bottom of the page, we said, hey, pay attention, this thing is really important. We know that the cross products must be equal. So in other words, the product of the two empty boxes has got to be this times this, which really is our ax squared times our c. So when we multiply these two, we got to get the same thing as when we multiply this. So what I'm saying is ax squared times c must be the product of these two boxes. So, conclusion, we'll wrap up with this, is that we need to find two terms that add to bx, which in this example is 12x, and they also need to multiply to ax squared times c. So it needs to add to 12x for this particular example and multiply to 32x squared, because that's ax squared times c. So we really need to practice finding sums and products. That's going to be really important. So we need to find two terms that have a product of 36x squared and a sum of 15x. So here's what we need to do. Let's write down 36x squared. Okay, we need to find all the things, all the whole numbers we can multiply together to get 36x squared. So the most obvious one is 1x and 36x. So always start at 1 and just go up from there. So can we divide 36 by 2? Yes. So 2x times 18x will give me 36. Can we divide 36x squared by 3? Yeah. 3x times 12x would give me 36x squared. Okay, what about 4? Yep, 4x times 9x would give me 36x squared. How about 5? No, that won't work. 36 is not divisible by 5. Try 6. That one works. 6x times 6x. And we know we can stop there because if we go higher, we're going to get next to 9. Okay, so we found all the numbers that multiplied together give 36x squared. So now ask yourself, which ones can we add together to get 15x? So 1x plus 36x, that's 37. 2 plus 18, that'll give me 20. 3 plus 12, that gives me 15. So that's the one we want. That would give me a product. When we multiply this, we get 36x squared. And when we add it, when we find the sum, we get 15x. And you know what? Let me tell you of a quick cheat. If you're bad, you're not so comfortable finding all of these, what you can do is instead on your calculator graph y equals 36 over x. So whatever coefficient you're trying to find over x. Then hit Control T. That's my T. And that'll give you a table. Look at your table. It'll list 1, 36, 2, 18, 3, 12, and just list all the whole numbers. Okay, let's do a little more practice on the back. All right, we need product of 3x squared and a sum of negative 4x. So 3x squared. Well, 3 is a prime number, so our only option is 1x and 3x. But here's the problem. 1 plus 3 gives us positive 4. We needed negative 4. So if that happens, you are allowed to change both the signs. Now we have negative 1x minus 3x, that's negative 4x. So make a note to yourself. If the signs are wrong, change the signs of both terms. So if the signs are wrong, change the signs of the both terms. Because we ended up with positive 4x, we needed negative. So we changed both to negative. All right, see, I bet you can do this next one. So we have negative 12x squared. So we have 1x, and we got to have negative 12x. We could have 2x and negative 6x, 3x and negative 4x, and that's it. All right, so do any of these add up to just 1x? Remember, there's a 1 hiding here. Well, 1 minus 12, that's negative 11. 2 minus 6, that's negative 4. 3 minus 4, that's negative 1. Oh, that's almost what we want. So we need to flip the signs. We need minus here and plus here. Negative 3 plus 4, that's how we get what we want. All right, on this last one, we need a product of negative 64x squared and a sum of 0. So if you have a sum of 0, we need opposites. And what I mean by that is I would think about square roots. Well, we can't do the square root of a negative number, but we can do the square root of positive 64. And you get 8. So when I say we need opposites, that means we need positive 8x and negative 8x. And please notice these are separate. So if it helps you to put a semicolon between them, you can do that so you know that we're not going to combine them yet. All right, see if you can, let's go to some real examples. Put this all together. Okay, so we've got x squared plus 12x plus 32. So we need a sum of bx. So we need a sum of 12x, and we need a product of x squared times 32, which is 32x squared. So I'm going to do my little factoring of this down here. So we can have 1x and 32x. We could have 2x and 16x. And we could have 4x and 8x. And that's it. So which do you think is the one we want? Well, I'd say 4x and 8x, because 4x plus 8x gives me 12x, which is what we wanted. So let's fill in our box. We know the top left corner is always our highest term. We know the bottom right corner is our constant. And now we know the other two boxes are 4x and 8x. It doesn't matter which one you put where. Now it's just like what we did yesterday. Since we have x squared, we got to have x and x. Ask yourself, what times x gives me 4x? That'd be 4. What times x gives me 8x? That'd be 8. And we can double check, and we got everything right. So we know our factors. It's x plus 4 and x plus 8. All right, see if you can do this one by yourself. Let me know when you've got it, and I'll check it for you.